What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Black Friday 2024. So if you're out there today looking for some deals, hopefully you are successful in your endeavors. Now, when it comes to beer, I know a lot of you out there are searching for Goose Island's Bourbon County brand stout and all of its variants, or maybe you have a local or regional brewery doing their own Black Friday release. I know in the past probably 5 years, a lot of local and regional breweries have started doing their own releases, some bottle shops and beer stores doing them. It's pretty cool to see. Now, here on the Beer Patrol, most years I don't review a Bourbon County beer. I just don't. I usually review something else to be a bit different. A lot of people post Bourbon County reviews on Friday. A lot of times of the newer releases, if they can, maybe they get them a couple days advance, or maybe they post them that day. However, there has been a variant, an old vintage in my fridge for many years that I wanted to review because it was sent to me by a friend of the channel, a longtime viewer of the channel. So I am finally getting around to reviewing it. So to celebrate today and the whole holiday, theme to the last couple days, but this time of year as a whole, I am reviewing a beer from the Goose Island Beer Company, and they are out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is their Bourbon County Proprietors brand stout, and this is the 2021 vintage. So this is a stout aged in bourbon barrels with strawberry, coconut, and natural flavors. It comes in at 12.8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This bottle is just over 3 years old and also has a drink by date of October 13th of 2023. So right now we're about 13 and a half months past the drink by date, which means I probably should just crack this open and pour it down the drain, right? Because it's not going to be good. Now, when it comes to Goose Island, they like to put that date on the bottle to kind of protect themselves in case you drink this after the drink by date and it's bad. They told you, hey, drink it by this date. They had, the infections, what was it, back in 2015, 2016, I forget the year, where some of the base were infected. So then they pasteurized the beers going forward. So they're just covering their own butts, so to speak. I get it. However, I'm hoping that the adjuncts have held up to some degree. Let's hope that's the case. We'll see. But I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to the aforementioned very good friend of mine and longtime viewer of the channel, Kenny, for this beer. So absolutely huge thanks to him for this one. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail boxing video I did that contains all the goodies that he sent my way. He sent me 2 beers. This is the original beer mail that Kenny sent my way back in, I think it was December of 2021. He sent me this and a St. Errant beer, which is a local, I think like a brewery in Chicago. I reviewed that, which was, I think was a double IPA. I think it was a hazy double or maybe a hazy just IPA. Very delicious beer. But I've been saving this one to for a special occasion or whatever the case may be. That's my excuse when I buy a lot of barrel-aged beers and I don't want to drink them. I'm waiting for the perfect time. I probably waited too long. Maybe I haven't. But I thought, enough's enough. Time to drink this. And time to drink a lot of these Bourbon County. So I'm hoping throughout the winter into the spring, I'm going to review a bunch of Bourbon County beers because it's long overdue. Anyway, this one, what are they going for? Well, they have a whole fucking long spiel on the box. I'm not going to read anything, but they say, we'll put it this way, we'll read the first paragraph because the first paragraph kind of tells you what you need to know. It says, the 2021 Bourbon County Proprietors brand stout is crafted after the much-loved Midwest Strawberry Shortcake ice cream bar with its signature crumble coating that brings coconut into the strawberry vanilla goodness, complementing the natural sweetness of Bourbon County stout. Took the help of the entire brewing team. So basically, Good Humor has a strawberry shortcake, like ice cream bar. Here in the Western New York area, more specifically Buffalo, we have Perry's Ice Cream. They do something, I think it's called like Strawberry Sundae Crunch Bar. Essentially, it is a vanilla ice cream bar with strawberry ice cream in the middle, and then on the outside, they have the crumbly like strawberry and coconut. It's delicious. It's a delicious ice cream bar. So they're trying to replicate that in a Bourbon County form. I'm here for it, and I'm going to crack this one open, get it in the glass, and hope that it's just as delicious as it sounds. 2 things I'm hoping on this beer. A, the adjuncts didn't fade too much, where I can actually taste the beer, and B, the adjuncts actually work with the base beer, because that's not always the case. So I'm going to crack this one open, see what we got going on here. Oh my God. That smells like the ice cream bar. I can hear it like sizzling away. Is it gonna gush at all? Is it rising? Can you hear that? That sounds crazy. So let's give it a pour. That's the carbonation's going wild. Probably do like a half pour. Yeah, we'll do something like that. I'm just hoping, like I said, the strawberry flavor. I don't even give a shit if the strawberry flavor is kind of fake. Let's be honest. When you drink, nobody cares about any of this shit, but I don't want it to look too terrible. But whenever you drink, or whenever you have like ice cream, a lot of the flavors are natural or artificial. So including the strawberry, it doesn't taste like real strawberries when you're eating that bar. So I'm assuming that it's gonna be, you know, kind of that fake strawberry character. The one thing that is weird though is they do say brewed with strawberries, coconut, natural flavors, but they say vanilla. So is the vanilla, they're using like vanilla extract and they just didn't want to put it on the label? I don't know. Anyway, what does that look like? Well, it looks like a very dark Imperial Stout. It poured out more of like a dark brown. Hold up to light. Yeah, that's like cola. That happens a lot. The head is now gone because of all the adjuncts, the age, the barrel aging, everything. There are some nice alcohol legs on the side of the glass. But yeah, that's like a deep dark brown. No head to speak of whatsoever. It is gone. And you heard the carbonation. I don't know what that was all about, but that was crazy, the sound of it. So anyway, let's get a nose. The strawberry's still there. Whoa, what the fuck? Coconut's still there. The strawberry and coconut. So this smells like the outside of those ice cream bars. Yeah, so it's all there. Strawberries there, coconut's there, vanilla's there. It definitely smells like those ice cream bars, but in like Imperial Stout form, because I'm getting a big roasted malt, some chocolate for sure, and then the bourbon's providing more of like, I think it's enhancing the vanilla character. So maybe the vanilla is coming from the barrel and not like whatever the natural flavors are. But I'm getting like an oakiness. I'm not really getting the bourbon. That strawberry so fucking like in your face. And now as it opens up, like that kind of natural / artificial kind of strawberry characters starting to kind of die out. I'm getting more of like a natural, like sweet, over-ripened strawberry. Oh man, it smells delightful. Yeah, I mean, I could sit here and try to pick out 7,000 different flavors, but I can't. The strawberry's there, the coconut's there, the vanilla's there, whether it's from the barrel or the natural flavors. A little bit of like roasted malt with chocolate from the base. Not really getting the bourbon, but more of like an oaky presence. This is out of my darker beer fridge at 54, so I didn't drink this, you know, super cold to let it open up, and I think it's working beautifully. It smells really fucking good. So let's get into it. Thanks again, Kenny. Sorry it took me so long, buddy, but yeah, I think this is a perfect time to drink it. Hopefully. We'll see how it tastes. Cheers. And happy Black Friday to everyone. Fucking delicious. Yeah, that's pretty delicious. Strawberry has held up like beyond belief. Like I can't believe how prominent the strawberry is with this being over 3 years old. So a lot of times I'll say, body's nice, but it's thin. It's not. This is syrupy. This is thick. It's viscous. It's full bodied. It's 12.8%. Beautiful. Body's fantastic. Mouthfeel is also nice too. Despite the crazy sounds, you might have heard it on the mic, and it just seeming like, wow, when I cracked it open, like the carbonation was very loud and it sounded like it was going to be very effervescent. It's not. It's like mild to moderately carbonated. It's softer on the palate than anticipated. Very smooth. There's even a touch of creaminess. So body's fantastic. Mouthfeel is not far behind. After a couple sips, though, I must say this. This is a fucking rich and decadent beer. This is real rich. I think that strawberry character, while not overbearing, it definitely is mixing with the base beer and the bourbon and everything. This is this is probably a sharing beer. However, I'm going to drink this tonight. Why? Why the fuck not? I'm going to drink the rest of it. Probably take me a couple hours. I'm going to drink it. It deserves it. And it's not cloying or anything. It's not like too sweet. It's just a very rich beer. Each sip is just so complex and just like rich and decadent that it's like, woo. You know, it's the definite, when people say, oh, that's a sipping beer, this, my friends, is a sipping beer. So first thing I hit with up front is strawberry, 100%. And it is a combination of natural / artificial strawberry and real strawberries. What I mean by that is I think the first impression that I get as soon as it hits my palate is that, like, yeah, that's the strawberry you see in the strawberry ice cream bars they're talking about, whether it's Good Humor, Perry's, whatever. I'm sure most regional ice cream brands probably, make one of those strawberry shortcake, crunch bars that we're talking about. And it just has one of those just like distinct characteristics to it. And it's strawberry that you'd get like strawberry ice cream. However, I'm still getting this like overripened, real seedy kind of authentic strawberry. So it's like the best of both worlds, but that's omnipresent front to back. It's always there. Never, I outside of just hit it right the front of the palate. It's really not the predominant note as it passes through. It hits the tip of the tongue and you're like, wow, that's big, and then it just kind of dissipates as it goes over the palate. After that though, a big, rich, malty goodness. There's a good roasted malt character, this one. There's big dark chocolate, like 60-70% cacao bar. There's a little bit of coffee. There's other underlying fruits that I'm getting, more like a dark cherry, maybe even a little bit of like a fig datey thing going on. Touch of brown sugar. I like to say caramelized sugars, but I'm really just getting brown sugar. I'm not really getting a lot of caramel or toffee. Midway through the palate to 2/3 way through the palate is where the coconut hits. It's not too big though. The nose is a little bit bigger with the coconut. On the palate's a little bit more subtle, subdued, and nuanced. It has a little bit of like a coconut vibe to it. So with the strawberry, it does give you the crunch part of the bar on the outside of the actual ice cream bar. So it's kind of well represented, but I wish it was a little bit bigger because I love coconut. And then towards the finish, the bourbon hits, and in the taste and on the palate, I'm actually getting bourbon as opposed to the nose where it was just oaky. It has a nice, sweeter kind of bourbon note. A little bit of like that. I'd say more of the caramelized sugars hit me on the back of the palate where the bourbon kind of is hitting. Caramel, toffee, a little bit of like a spiciness from the bourbon. Finishes with a semi-dry kind of oak tannin dryness. This is mildly bitter. It's sweet. It's decadent. It's rich. It's not cloying, but I think it might be one of these beers where I get like halfway to 2/3 way through the bottle, and I'm just like, it's too much of a good thing at that point. Like, there's things that aren't cloying. There's whether food and drink. There's definitely food and drink that aren't cloying, but become a bit too much because it's just as a whole, it's like, wow, that's too much of just one thing, right? That might be the case with this one, but I won't know until I'm finishing it. But right now, I'm not sick of it. Go back for another sip. Big warming into my chest, into my stomach, but nothing on the palate. So the booze is undetectable on the palate, but the chest and the stomach, yeah, it's there and it's noticeable. There's little specks of maybe coconut in here. I don't know. I mean, you would think Bourbon County, with like all the issues they have, that wouldn't be the case, but there's definitely specks of stuff in the beer. If I had when I do get my better camera, you might be able to see it, but probably not because it's very fine as I look in there. Yeah, it's like little specks. I don't know if it's coconut, strawberry, whatever the case may be. Maybe because it's 3 years, it's just proteins. I don't know. This is fucking delicious. I can't thank Kenny enough for sending this to me. I've never reviewed a prop on the channel. I've had, I think it's like the third or fourth prop I've had from Bourbon County. But usually I have them at like bottle shares and things of that nature. Did I wait too long on this one? I don't think so. Adjuncts held up. It's a delicious beer. While it's rich and decadent, maybe fresh, it was a little bit more bitter, a little bit more balanced. But outside of that, no. I mean, this is really tasty. Is it my favorite like variant from the Bourbon County brand stout line? It is not. Is it up there though? It is. I think they did a very good job of bringing that, strawberry shortcake, strawberry crunch bar, ice cream bar into the Bourbon County lineup. They did a good job integrating that kind of flavor profile in an Imperial Stout that's barrel aged. It's not disjointed. There's not one flavor that's dominating over the rest. I mean, I think the strawberry is probably the predominant note as a whole, but it really is more intense at the first like quarter of the palate, and after that, it kind of just integrates with the rest of the beer. So this is really fucking good. Like, this is really good. Delicious. Dare I say delicious. Let me go one more sip here, and I'm going to give it a rating. Every time I go back, that strawberry character is so cool, man. It's such a beautiful balance of the natural strawberry flavor you get in like desserts, and then the real authentic strawberry character. What would make this better for me? I'm trying to think. I don't know. A little bit more coconut, maybe a little bit more of the base beer, and a little bit more bitterness. I think those three things, and this would be a 5 out of 5. As is, though, I'm going to go pretty fucking high in this beer. So, Bourbon County Proprietor's Brand Stout, the 2021 vintage. I have absolutely zero issues giving this beer right here high 4.5 and go 4.6. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to go with this one. If you have bottles of this, I would say drink it, but I don't know if another 6 months, a year, whatever, would do anything to this beer. It's still drinking extremely well. Maybe the coconut was more prominent fresh and it fell off. Same thing with the vanilla. I get more of the vanilla from the barrel, typically on like the second half of the palate, but it could be from the natural flavors. I don't know what the natural flavors dictate in this situation, but I do think it's more of like a barrel-aged or more of a vanilla extract thing maybe they use as opposed to like real vanilla beans. But I don't know. Whatever the case may be, this is fucking divine. 4.6 out of 5. I don't think I waited too long. If I did, it's negligible compared to probably how this was fresh or maybe a year or two ago. So even though it says drink by October of last year, I think we're fine. So 4.6 out of 5. Price point availability, I have no idea because I've never went to Chicago to get Prop. Prop is only available, so availability, Prop is only available in Chicago at the brewery, and I think they get like distro into like some local bottle shops where I think Kenny got this one. Price point, I have no fucking idea at all. Like, I don't know what the price point on this one is. Like, I could guess, say, yeah, is it $40? Could be $40. I don't know, 35, 45, I don't know. So Kenny, if you remember what you paid for this, or anybody out there who's going to Prop this year, if you're, you know, we're already, I think Prop Days before Black Friday and whatnot, if you had the opportunity to get this beer, what was this year's Prop? Because when we come to availability with this is the 2021 vintage, unless Goose Island is sitting on some, or your local bottle shop just randomly sitting on some in Chicago, you're probably not going to get this one because it is a Chicago only release. So you probably can't get this one unless you trade for it or you know somebody in Chicago that has them available. But yeah, I mean, such a good beer. I'm glad I reviewed this one for Black Friday this year. I don't regret it. And I'm going to drink the rest of that and probably feel real good by the end of the night. The rest of the side, I'm not going to post this just because, you know, they're just talking about they're going for the prior year was the proprietors. The prior year was a coconut. What was it? Cacao nibs, pistachio, amarena, cherries, and vanilla. They said they were going for a classic Italian frozen treat spumoni, which that makes sense. And then they said they're basically saying they want to go for the Sunday the strawberry shortcake bar. Anything else on here? They just list all it. So here's all the proprietors. I already said the 2019 was coconut, vanilla, cacao nibs, and pecans. 2018, cacao nibs, chocolate, and more cacao nibs. 2017 was bananas, cassia, bark, and roasted almonds. I think I had that one. 2016, maple syrup, cacao nibs, and chipotle peppers. Definitely had that one. 2015, maple syrup, toasted pecans, and cajillo peppers. Yeah, I had that as well. I think I've had 2013 or 2014 was cassia bark, cacao nibs, panela, coconut water. Didn't have that, and I did not have the 2013 with toasted coconut. I think I had the 15, 16, and 17, and now I've had the 2021. That's it for Prop. I love the packaging with Prop too. I love the color first and foremost. I just love everything about the Chicago with the four stars. I mean, this box is fantastic. You got the 4 stars over here on the bottoms. You have it, you know, up here where this says 2021. Like, this box is fucking phenomenal. But I don't keep boxes, so it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. If you've had this specific prop, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it fresh. And did you have it aged? I know Kyle over at New Hype Beer Reviews, I think he reviewed this fresh and then he reviewed it aged. I didn't watch either because I didn't want to be influenced. So maybe I have to go check out his reviews. But it's delicious. And if you have bottles, check them out because I think it's still holding up quite well despite being by the drink by date has passed by like 13 and a half months, and it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Hopefully everybody had a great Black Friday. I'm going to try to get some more Bourbon County reviews, whether it's this year's, last year's, some prior vintages throughout the winter. We'll try to hammer some out in January and February and see where we go. So I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Huge thanks to Kenny for this beer, and until the next one, cheers.